you need to provide the resources for them to actually make the stuff.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, you can't be like, hey, go make a sculpture, that takes money. I think providing that. Have you guys, as your organization, Abby, ever tried like prefab art projects? So like, Shay, you want to explain the zine thing? Because that kind of sounds like your jam.
Yeah. So we do zines in order to try and curate some sort of conversation about topics that are really
people
hard.
who are like, don't know what that is.
All this stuff is a zine.
Not gonna tell you.
So basically, a zine is you take a pile of magazines and you cut them all up and you cut out all the pictures and then you paste it in like a scrapbook and make your own magazine essentially. So it's collages. Yeah, we have a couple of examples here, but basically they're collages that kind of help to explain topics that aren't so easy to talk about. So we've done a number of different zine exchanges now with different schools and organizations and things like that.
What was interesting about the way we did them?
I don't know, this is a trick question. So what makes them unique for us is that we our students who come from a small university that doesn't get much exposure to the outside world. And
a very massaged answer, my friend. That's good. Yeah.
And so we are able to partner with organizations that probably wouldn't normally partner with us, but we're able to convey our message through something like this that looks different than an academic writing or a white paper or something like that, where that's a lot of words on a page that people may not be interested in reading. But if you give them pictures and you give them images and you explain it to them in a way that they're going to understand, it really helps to get that point across so that people are able to comprehend and understand topics and talk about topics that may not have been able to be talked about before.
And the other thing we were doing these cross-cultural zine exchanges, which Shay is too modest, we have a methodology at the IDH to help people talk about medical communication in the ways that different medical conditions, including PTSD, imagine the irony of me then having it, to actually help family members and colleagues understand like what it actually means to be, the phrase in me and Katie and Ben's weird nerd corner is like narratively unreliable. It doesn't mean you're a liar. It just means that something in your cognitive processes make it hard for you to understand information or convey information.
That actually is in the sexual assault field too.
Yeah. So one of the things that, so I guess, Abby, throw it back to you. Have your orgs as an arts org, have you guys had much success with these kind of like prefab's not the right word, but it's kind of like you're giving them a framework so they can plug in their story is what I'm trying to say.
It's actually a program we're really trying to grow right now. And it started off through a program called Family Art Kits, where during the pandemic, we noticed that kids were having access to in-person art things to express themselves because they weren't going to school. So they didn't have the supplies, they didn't have the tutorials, the teachers weren't in the space with them. So we hired artists to come in and create a tutorial. We gave them the kits and we dropped them off all throughout the county. You could pick up a kit and you could go watch this video on our YouTube and do this art project at home. But so that's like a first step into this. And we recently got funding to expand this into adults and talking about framework and talking about like deeper problems and deeper issues other than just create a picture book. We're talking about how do we take a theme and apply that and use that to make it relatable to your actual life.
Yep.
But I think that's a really great framework to actually, like, you want to give the tools. You don't want to say it has to be this way, but you also want to give the resources to be able to do it.
Makes it less scary.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right?